here are the questions that we may need to think about when we create a logo. And you can also think here, okay, let's use this as an example. Use the Lamar new logo as an example. Uh, this is the new logo. Did you see it's different from the previous logo? And the previous logo is all red, and there's no star in the middle. Right now, there's a black star in the middle, and the other parts are black, and this part is red. So, how do we evaluate a logo? When we evaluate a logo, here are the fundamental questions. Does the image convey the correct tone for the business? That's the first question you want to ask to evaluate a logo. What is the tone of a business? Every business has own tone. What's the tone for Walmart? Do you have any idea what's the tone for Walmart? Family, happy, smile, community friendly, affordable, right? Clearly, it's at the lower end, not really high end. Those would be the tone for Walmart. What's the tone for Target? Okay, trendy, up to date. Not really at the lower end, not really at the high end, right? It's kind of like for the middle classy, middle income family. So those are the tones. When you evaluate the logos, you first want to think about whether or not the logo reflect the tone of the business or not. When you think about the logo of Apple, do you guys recall the logo of Apple? What is that logo? It's an apple, and part of it is beaten, right? So that apple reflects the trendiness, the cutting edge technology of the Apple company. And what do you think about the tone of this logo?
It kind of makes you think about like one kind of standing out in the crowd, you know, because
Right.
you got that one red and the rest of it's kind of black. So
Yeah,
it stands out.
It feels more aggressive than the Ultimate logo.
which is not bad.
It's all right. I personally like the other one better.
Right.
I
So,
like this one on the website because it's all white and
mhm.
it's a red background and it has a black LU, and I think that one looks a lot better. Like I think the black and red makes it look better.
Right. So when you evaluate a logo, again, the first question would be, does the image convey the correct tone for the business or not? Second question, can it be enlarged and reduced without losing legibility? Uh, when you make it very large, put it on a billboard, is it still clear? Can people still identify it or not? Or when you put it on a very small square, does it lose its legibility or not? I don't think that's a problem for this new logo. So that's the second question you may want to ask yourself. Can it avoid any negative connotations? Now, this new logo clearly, I mean, we are just using it as an example, right? It has positive connotations. Do you think so? At least for Texans. It's clearly it has a positive connotation because it used the star. Does it has any negative connotations? I can't see it here. So it's good. If you look at any other logos, that's the question you may want to ask. Is it any negative connotations possibly associated with the logos? Sometimes it happens, you know. Yes.
With the old logo, I always noticed, and I thought it was weird they had it for so long, but it kind of looks like a swastika.
Okay. So that might be one reason why they change it,
Yeah.
right? So yes, whenever you create a logo, you want to make sure that there is no bad connotations go with it. You want to test it among the audience members. And then, is it copyright free? Which means no copyright issues should be involved in it because logo is your face, right? And you don't want to have any problem with it, any trouble or a legal case, legal suit associated with it can really damage your company's reputation. So you want to make sure that it's copyright free. And if it's not, then you need to buy the copyright. Make sure that nobody is saying that your logo is plagiarizing from their stuff. That would not be really good. And last question you want to ask when you create a logo is that can image be used for 10 years without being dated? Now, why we want to ask this question? Can the logo be used 10 years without being dated?
You don't have to recreate a new logo every year to keep up.
Yes. The old logo for Lamar University, how long has it been there? 30 years, as we said. You know, creating a logo is easy. You just draw several strokes. However, cultivating a logo is very expensive. And we all know McDonald's logo, the golden M, right? It is simple. But do you know how many dollars they have invested in getting people to know that simple logo? Millions of dollars. So once you create a new logo, you want to use money to cultivate it, to put it, carve it into people's mind, and you don't want to change it very often. So that's why you want to have your logo to be there at least for 10 years. The big companies do change their logos. If you search, let's search McDonald's logos. You will see in the years McDonald's changed their logos from time to time. They do that. Now here are their logos. Logo history. Let's see their logo history. Maybe you can see it from here. Can't really find a website right now. But if you have a chance, you can search it. You will see that in the past 100 years, McDonald's changed its logo from time to time. So they did do that. But overall, the tone is still consistent. They do not really change the tone a lot. So when you create your own logo, you need to keep in mind those 5 questions. And the second type of business form is a letterhead design. A letterhead, normally when we create a letterhead, we need to think about those questions. We need to make sure that the letterhead can go through the printers or to be copied. Sometimes the letter, if you use too big a paper, it may not be able to go through the printer. That would be a problem. And also you want to make sure it can be copied. If your design is too complicated, when people copy it, it's not clear, then that's probably not a very good thing. And you also want to use best paper. Well, keep budget in mind. Why we want to use the best paper for letterhead? Let me ask you one more question. Do you guys, when you send out your resume to the potential employers right now, do you use a paper version or electronic version? Electronic version, right? Sometimes, have you ever used a paper version?
I always bring my resume. Yeah.
You always use paper version.
I go in person and bring a resume. I don't do anything online.
Right. So what paper do you use? regular printer
That's
paper.
the jobs I apply for, service industry. We don't need it.
Someone suggested you use the best paper possible.
Or colored paper because it stands out.
Color paper stands out, but they recommend you use the thick paper, high quality paper. Somehow, someone believes that represents you. If you just use a regular paper, that means you do not really cherish yourself. Like it should,
Yeah, right. Watching.
I don't know whether or not a good people will make a difference or not, but that's the suggestion. That's the recommendation. So here, when you print your letterhead, you want to use the best paper, but you also still want to keep your budget in mind. So you do not really want to use the very expensive paper. And the when you create the letterhead, sometimes you may want to put your academic degree over there. According to the textbook, when you use the academic degrees, you want to use small cap. So do you still remember how to find the small cap? Huh? Yes, small type is in the character control formatting panel. So go over there. Try to use the old style figures rather than tilting figures. The old style figures is some of the numbers will go down a little bit. The tilting figures is all the numbers go on the same line. So let me show you a little bit on the old style figures and the tilting figures. One more thing, it prefer Pro tabs. What are the Pro tabs? Do you still remember what are the Pro tabs? Adobe, Carlson Pro, Adobe, Garamond Pro. So when you create letterhead, we prefer the Pro tabs rather than the Times New Roman. Now, right now, as you can see, the numbers here, they are all on the same baseline. That's kind of called a tilting style. And it's better when you use this in the text. And if you want to change it, you can change it into old style. And this is the old style. Did you see the difference? Previously, all the numbers are on the baseline. Right now, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 goes down a little bit. And you can also see, I can also change it back to the tilting style. Tilting style is also called landing style. And you can see it go back again. The numbers are all on the baseline. So when you create a letterhead, you prefer to use the old style, which is this is the old style. And that's about letterhead design. Particularly, you want to pay attention to the tabs. Use Pro tabs, and pay attention to the numbers, the figures. We want to use old style figures rather than the landing figures. So we've talked about the two business forms so far. We talked about the what two business forms we have talked about: logo, letterhead. And now let's look at envelope. Every business has own envelope design. An envelope, normally here are you can find those information from the textbook, but normally it should be at least 18 points. So we do not design an envelope with 14 or 12 points because it is too small for people to read it. And so you also need to at least leave 18 points on the margin on the top and left. Another suggestion is that do not use TAT register. What is TAT register? Anyone have any idea what is a TED register? TED register means we use too many colors um, in the envelope. And why we do not want to use too many colors? Because you use too many colors, and then the off registration may happen. It's not very easy to print it out. You may also want to pay attention to the size of the envelope. The standard size envelope is number 10 envelope. So here, okay, those numbers will be something you want to use when you create the project for this week. 4 and 1/4 inch times 9.5 inch would be the size for a standardized envelope. That's the size you want to use when you create your own envelope. And a number 9 envelope is called a business response envelope, and the size is different for number 9 envelope. You guys have an idea what is a number 9 envelope? You've never seen a number 9 envelope? Sometimes you receive something from a company, they put an envelope inside it. And if you mail that envelope back, you don't need to pay for the stamp because they already have a matrix over there. That's called a business response envelope. That's number 9. Yes, number 9 envelope, normally you can put it into a number 10 envelope. So that's the envelope. Right. We are going to ask you guys to create number 10 envelope this week. And usually it do not contain phone and fax numbers. So you do not put phone and fax numbers on your envelope. Okay, 3 things already. Now we're going to talk about the most important thing. Business card design. How many of you have your business card so far? None of you? You know, you need a business card when you go to talk to the potential employers. So this is the chance for you to design a business card for yourself. We're going to ask you to design a business card for yourself this week. When you design a business card, here are the things you want to think about. Do you want to use blade or not? Do you have an answer for that question? Do you want to use a blade design or not? Anyone prefer use a blade for your own business card?
It's like creative. It's a very creative job you're looking for, I guess.
Do you prefer it or not?
Like if I'm looking for a business, then no. Like if a business
Maybe,
job,
okay.
maybe not.
Okay. So anyone want to use blade? What's the difference between a blade design and a regular design? Right. How will people perceive it? Chris, do you have any answer for that question? I guess we discussed that in class already. If you use a blade design, people will think that you are creative, you are bold, you do not follow social norms very much, which is good for designers. But if you are doing business, doing client, or other profession that you do not want people to think that you are creative too much, then you may want to use a regular business card. So it depends. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the size for business card. You want the you can normally the size is one set is 3.5 inch, the other set is 2 inch, and you leave a 8 inch margin. Again, those are the values that you want to remember because you're going to use it. So a business card can like this as a normal landscape portrait, but sometimes someone's business card can be it can be a portrait looks like. So you may want to think about, are you going to use a landscape or portrait? The InDesign has a business side. So if you open the page, now here we have a page here. And this page is a letter size page, okay? But if you select it, click here, edit page size, you can actually choose US business card size. Once you choose it, then the document will become a business card size. And right now it's landscape, right? You know this is a landscape. And if you want to change it, you can also change it from here. Maybe you can't, but if you press option, click here, and I didn't change the it's still landscape. But if you want to change it into portrait, you may want, when you design it, you may want to change it into portrait, or you can customize the size yourself to create a portrait type of business card. And if you choose landscape, which normally the business card will choose landscape, if you choose landscape, then keep the name prominent and important contact information in the lower right corner. That's a normal suggestion. Someone use different layout, but normally you put your phone number in the lower right corner. So that would be a suggestion for creating a business card. And we're also going to create a newspaper ad for yourself this week. Here are two suggestions of creating business display advertisement. You want to put accurate information over there. Don't brag too much. Because if brag too much, people will say that's not really true. Then you're going to lose your credibility. So be accurate, and also be aware about the newspaper's reproduction quality. Like side, you probably noticed that the newspaper University Press has published an advertisement on the Renaissance Festival in the past issues, right? How do you think about that advertisement? I think when they created that advertisement, they didn't really realize the newspaper's reproduction quality may not be very good. The design, I believe, it must be very beautiful. However, it's complicated. There's so much details over there. When you print it out, I don't think it reached the best effects. So when you create your advertisement, keep that in mind. That the Renaissance Festival advertisement, if it is printed in a magazine, it must be wonderful, I believe. However, when you put it in a newspaper use different quality of paper. The paper it has many holes, and the ink doesn't really looks great on that type of paper. So that means newspaper design, advertisement design normally should be as simple as possible. You don't not really want to make any complicated designs. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Phone book advertising design. We're not going to ask you to do this, but a phone book advertisement design normally can also be used in the directory or as a classified ads. And you may want to think that you probably want to make your content centered. And and so that there's margins around your advertisement, and your advertisement can be distinguished from others. You also want to use a bulleted copy because that will make your ads clear and concise. A phone book advertisement is, like I said, it's kind of like a classified ads. It's just a small square. You can't put a lot of stuff over there. So you want to use a bulleted copy. Okay, so far we discussed several business forms: logo, letterhead, envelope, um, a business card, newspaper display advertisement, and a phone book advertisement. Any questions about those stuff?
So we're doing all of those, all 5 of those.
Now we're going to do this thing. Here's a requirement. Work for your American dream. A dream is very important. You know, if you lose your dream, you will feel nothing is interesting. You will have no drive at all. Everything will seems to be tedious for you. So I want you guys to keep your dream and think well to find out what's your dream business in which you want to find a job or create your own business. I know some of you are ambitious, which is great. You want to run your own business someday. And what business will be that? And then create your own logo. A logo for yourself or for your business, your dream business. And design your own letterhead, envelope, and business card based on your dream business. Can be advertising creative director, art director, a restaurant owner.
So we're doing all of this by next Monday?
Not just all of those. Here we only talk about the logo. You create a logo and then you put it on your business card, your letterhead, and your envelope. You also need to create a newspaper advertisement. Let me.
That's a massive project. That's huge. Can we make a business card? That would be great.
Like, can we just pick one? Because here's the issue. We have finals to study for next week. We have a holiday and finals. We can't do all of this stuff.
And we have our group project that we're doing for your class. And some of us are in your ag class and have these group projects to do for that as well. And
We can't have this much workload this,
very
like,
large.
this close to the semester.
It's just a huge amount to kind of.
Okay.
If this
A logo, a letterhead, an envelope, a business card, and a newspaper ad. The phone book directory ads is gone. So you create a logo. You know, once you create a logo, it's very easy for you to create a letterhead. You just paste and copy the logo into the letterhead. It's a letterhead, and you type your address. So create a logo, put it on your letterhead, put it on your envelope, and your business card, and then create a newspaper advertisement for yourself or your dream business or a big event of your dream business.
How
Okay.
about we leave out the newspaper too and just do the one that you're saying is do the
No more negotiation. I already tick off the significant stuff.
But it's the
already.
fact that we didn't know about a project that's made this size until just now. I mean, all you, because the only thing that was indicated on the syllabus the whole semester was that we have chapter project each week. Well, throughout this whole semester, every chapter project we're able to finish within one class period usually. We didn't have to take it out of class. We didn't have to sit there and do all this extra work. So
Let's do
now-
this first, and then we will see. The deadline I can extend it since we are going to have a break after Wednesday. So the deadline for this chapter project will be extended by the end of Monday after Thanksgiving.
How long would you like the newspaper ad to be?
But that's the
Just
main thing.
one page, one letter
Okay,
says.
You want just an ad, you don't want an article or anything, you just want the ad?
Your decision of how you're going to do it. So again, it's a logo, a letterhead, an envelope, a business card, and a newspaper display advertisement for your own dream business. I really want you guys to do this. You know.
I would really
If
love
it-
to do this. It's kind of a surprise and adding it onto our current workload.
We've already like planned out our schedules with how we're gonna stay for finals. I mean, already are going either out of town or going to see family far off for Thanksgiving.
Well, you have Wednesday to do it. Okay, we still have some time right now, and you can do it right now, and then the whole Wednesday you're going to use it to do
But we
it.
still have the other project we're working on for you too.
Is this gonna
Thank
be
you.
on whiteboard at all? Like with that particular slide you just showed?
Yes.
So we need a logo, a letterhead, an envelope,
Mhm.
and a business card.
And a newspaper displaying advertisement
For a business, right?
for your dream business. That's right.
Okay.
What is the envelope thing? Like a design that would go